There was a fish on there. I didn't even feel him on there. Decent one too. Wow, look at this black crappie. Guys, that's the one thing. This one thing means checkmate for fall crappies, guys. Come on out of it. Oh, yeah. Like that one there. Like that one there. Good fish. Real good crappie. Real good. They like it, and we like it, don't we? Really, really good fish. Thump, 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 thump. Boy, that was a good one there. Look at the size of this fish. Look at this white crappie. Look at this white crappie. Look at that guy. Look at that guy. All right, folks, welcome back to the channel. Hope everyone's doing well. We've got one beautiful, crisp, cold morning here for crappie fishing on Cedar Creek Lake, Southwest Ohio, guys. Happy to have you spend part of your morning with me, guys. And hey, it's that time of year. It's that time of year when getting your line in the water can mean some really, and I do mean really, really nice fish, guys. It's fall. Lots of talk about fall turnover right now. Are we in fall turnover here on Cedar Creek Lake, guys? Come on out with me. Let's get a few fish in the boat. We're going to talk about it. We're going to discuss 4 different things with regards to the turnover, some key aspects to transition fishing, guys. And if you can, focus in on number 3, because it really does mean checkmate for fall crappies, guys. If you can get good at the 3rd thing that I'm going to share with you today, not only will you be able to find the fish, but you'll be able to stay on them the entire transition season, guys. So let's go ahead and get after these fish right now, guys. ACC crappie sticks are what we're going to be using to deliver the fish to the boat this morning, guys. And of course, I'm going to tell you exactly what I'm doing and how I'm doing it. All right, let's get after them. Guys, we're going to start by easing up and passing through this area of timber here. We've got some fish holding there on about 30 feet of water on the down channel side of that cover there. If you take a look at this image, you can see they're clustered up there to the right side of that standing timber. They're top of that school starting in about the 7 or 8 feet. So usually I start off with some big plastics, but water's quite calm this morning. Fish may be a bit spooky, so I'm gonna use my small 1/32 ounce jig, get down on them right now. Let's see how active they are. Nice white crappie, come on up. Oh yeah. Well, black crappie actually. Yes, indeed. Go ahead and commit this guy. Again, this is the area of timber that we scanned on our way in. I got this guy around the 12 foot area, and we'll go ahead and get him off. I'll show him to you. Nice black crappie. Another one there. I hit that one very softly, real soft. A little bit small. We'll go ahead and get him back. Nice black crappie. Let's get him back. Got that one in passing. A little pudgy black crappie. Well, look at that. He swallowed it, didn't he? Whew. Do some surgery on this guy. Get him back in the water, and I'll explain to you why I'm really encouraged with seeing the fish out on the exterior part of this cover right now. All right, guys, let's talk about what we're doing today. We just caught some fish at the exterior most part of this cove, when since the spring we were pretty much exclusively isolated to the innermost part of this cove back here due to the thermal barrier on the lake. Now, in my last video, I mentioned my desire to show how the progression of the turnover would affect where and how we catch crappies on the lake. And so in my last shoot in this particular area, the water temperature was 77 degrees, give or take. The thermal barrier on the lake was about the 30-foot area. And the lake draw had just begun to take place. And we, again, were exclusively isolated to fishing in this cove behind me because everything beyond it was just too far below the thermal floor. Now we fast forward to current about 6 weeks. The water temperature now is 59 degrees. The thermal barrier on the lake when we came in is about the 45-50 degree area. And the lake draw is down more than 6 feet. So where this particular area of the water column was very dense and thick, and lifeless pretty much due to the lack of oxygen in the water, at that time because the thermal layer being so high. Now, as a result of things changing, it now looks like this. We see bait plumes in the water. We've got fish holding on trees, and that's pretty much the scenario throughout this entire area of the entryway to this cove that we're fishing right now on these various areas of cover at different depths throughout. So just wanted to reiterate and show how the change in water conditions affect where the fish suspend and where and how we catch them as we progress throughout the transition season. That's going to continue to change. I'll continue to document that as well and try to present that to you. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to hit different areas of cover because the fish are now scattered out since these areas have begun opening up. Line them up on down scan. If I find some areas that are holding good concentrations of fish, show them to you. We'll get down on them, get them in the boat, and we'll talk about some of the finer aspects and key aspects of the turnover. All right, let's get back to it. There's one there. Nice black crappie. Indeed. Nice one. Real nice. It's a pretty fish, isn't it? Take a look at that guy. Let's get him on a stringer. And again, casting past the area of cover that you're targeting and allowing your presentation to drift adjacent to or between, in some cases there's a fish there, to trigger a strike is an excellent way to get the fish to come up and bite. And there's another black crappie. He's a little bit small. We'll go ahead and get him back in the water. Pretty black crappie. Let's get him back. There was a fish on there. I didn't even feel him on there. Decent one too. Wow, look at this black crappie. Whew. That's a nice one there. Didn't even feel him on there. And what a pig of a crappie, guys. A pretty fall crappie right there. Let's get him on a stringer. Let's go ahead and talk about the turnover. This time of year, we see lots of searches on social media for fall turnover or fall transition, and questions like when does it occur and how can you identify turnover conditions in the area that you're fishing. Now, I'll answer those questions in just a bit, but for some of you, you may not know what the term fall turnover mean, maybe some of your newer viewers, and so let me explain what that is just briefly. If you take a look at this image, this is a scan of the area of the main part of the lake that I took when I came in earlier today. And you'll notice that in that scan, there's an upper layer of water that's a warmer layer of water and a bottom, more dense, cooler layer of water. And what happens is that when you hear the words fall turnover, what's happening is that as we come out of the summer and we get into fall, the surface layer, that warmer layer of water, it's beginning to cool off. And as it cools, it gets heavier and heavier. And the heavier it gets, it begins to press down on that lower, more dense column of water, causing the two to mix and to unify, creating what we call a turnover in the water column. And so when you hear the words fall turnover, quite literally what's happening is that the entire column of water is turning over. And as anglers, when we see that, that means go time for us, because that process triggers the fish to want to feed up more aggressively for the winter months on approach. So simplified definition, guys. If you got any questions about that, leave me a comment and I'll get back to you. Get some more fish in the boat and we'll talk about some of the ways that you can identify turnover conditions in the area that you're fishing. All right, let's get back to it. Rod tip steady. Oh, there's one there. You see him peck that one? Looks like a nice black crappie. Come on up here. Yes, yes, yes. Get you a look at this guy. Go ahead and get this jig out of his mouth. He swallowed it. That's a pretty fish, isn't it? I'm gonna try the finesse option. Fish are a bit finicky right now, and dragging that jig back across through those fish or on top of those fish a bit more slowly than I'm presenting it with the jig pole. I'm gonna give them just what they want. A little bit more time to decide if they want to strike or not. fish. He decided he wanted it. Came and got it. Pretty white crappie. Boy, that one hit it right under the boat. That last one did. Another one got it. See him start taking off with the rod. Good fish. Oh, I'm on up here. Black crappie. Slowing it down sometimes will do it, especially when the fish are having trouble making up their mind whether they want to strike or not. Nice black crappie, a little small for what we want. We'll go ahead and get it back in the water. Guys, so we know what the turnover is, but when does it occur, and how can you identify turnover conditions in the area that you're fishing? So the wind is pretty much location specific, meaning that the water right now here is 59 degrees, and as we mentioned, it's a precursor to turnover, but it's not the same as the water temperature down south in the lower part of the state region down in Oklahoma, Texas, and Louisiana, for instance. And so the wind is pretty much unique to the area, to the location, but the indicators are pretty much the same as far as I'm concerned. And the big three really are, we talked about the first one, is water temperature. When those temperatures begin to shift and dip down, for instance, in our last video we were at 77 degrees, we're down now literally about 15 degrees. When that happens, the lake is being put into a condition where it can begin to turn over. So water temperature is really the first indicator. The second one along with it is that the thermal layer on the lake will begin to dissipate. It'll be more faint. You'll see peaks in the layer that you'll be able to notice on your radar that will indicate a disruption in the layer that's a result of the conditions of the lake changing. So water temperature, the thermal layer beginning to dissolve, and the third one, and probably most notable, is that the fish will tell you. They'll begin to move out of those areas that they've been fishing. And for instance, the areas that we were catching those fish in earlier in the summer, they're not there in big numbers anymore, and we're seeing them out on the exterior part of this cove. You'll start catching them on areas of the lake that you've not caught them all summer long. And so those three things, when you see them on your lake, are really good indicators that the lake is in turnover. All right, got any questions about that, guys? Leave me a comment and I'll get back to you. Let's get back to fishing, get some more fish in the boat, and we'll talk about the one thing that means checkmate for fall crappies, guys. If you get good at, you'll be able to find the fish and stay on them all transition season long. All right, let's get back to it. There's one. Decent fish. Nice white crappie for our first one. Let's get it back in the water. Looks like here I'm down, scan here just a bit. There's another fish there. Another decent fish. Come on up, fella. Well, I think we might have to take a few of you guys home today. Really nice. There's one there, nice peck there. That's a good fish. Nice fall crappie right there. Let's get him back in the water. There's one that he was on there. I didn't even hear him. They didn't feel him. Yeah, what a good fish. Boy, he hit that soft. Pretty fish, huh? Really nice fall crappie. Really nice. Let's get him back in the water. Floating it right over top. Oh, there's one there. Whoa, did you see that rod tip go down? Another good fish. Another good fish. Nice black crappie. This one wanted to fly, he did. He wanted to fly out of that water. Really nice rod thump there, guys. Get you a look at this really nice black crappie. Yeah. Get him back in the water. Those jigs just swim past them, and especially do they love it when you let it settle right over top where they are and let them look at it. Oh yeah, like that one there. Like that one there, good fish. Real good crappie, real good crappie. Yes indeed. They like it, and we like it, don't we? Really good fish. Let's get him back in the water. Well, that rod tip as still as I can. See if we can get another thump. Thump. Boy, that was a good one there. Look at the size of this fish. Look at this white crappie. Woo! Yes, indeed. Oh, we like that, don't we? Inhale that jig. Look at that guy. Look at that guy. All right, so what's the one thing? The one thing that means checkmate for fall crappies, guys. The one thing that if you get really, really good at, not only will you be able to find the fish, but you'll stay on them the entire transition season, guys. And that one thing is locating the shad, guys. Find the shad and we find the crappies. Yes, principally speaking, whether we're targeting walleye, bass, muskie, pike, finding bait fish in an area should be a rule of thumb. But here's the thing. Throughout the entire year, every instinctive action that the crappies have take a backseat to this one task right now this time of year. And that task is feed, feed, feed. This water is going to get really, really, really cold here in just a bit. And the crappies have two things that they absolutely must do. One, they have to store up energy to survive the cold weather. So they have to feed for that so they can produce enough energy to push out to some of these deeper basins and survive the cold weather. And number two, once they come out of the winter, they have to have enough energy to spawn. So it's fall turnover right now. We barrel out to our favorite transition areas and hey, maybe we don't find the fish there just yet. Let's change our approach to locating the shad first, guys, and our chances of finding the crappies with a fork in one fin and a knife in the other one are gonna go way, way, way up, guys. If you got any questions about this at all, leave me a comment and I'll get back to you guys. So let's get some more fish in the boat, guys, and we'll talk about some presentation options later on in the show. Okay, let's get back to it. There's one there. My gosh, he hit that one up coming up. Really coming up, nice black crappie. Indeed, really, really nice. Pretty guy, isn't that pretty? So I'll tell you, nice fall black crappie. Let's get him back in the water. Pretty guy. So we just scanned these two areas of standing timber, and the one to my right, it'll be your left. But this right piece of timber here, there's some fish concentrated down at about the 12-foot area. So let's drop down on them right now, see if we can't get one in the boat. There's one. You see him peck it? Good fish too. Good white crappie. Let's see if we can hoist this guy in the boat. Yeah, we can get him in. There's one. Look at that guy. And if you take a look at this image, you can see the two areas of timber that I highlighted when we approach the area, and off to the right, to your left, there's a concentration of fish right about the 12 to 13 foot area, and this is where we picked up this nice white crappie from. Let's get him on the stringer. Let's see if we can get some more. There's one there. Decent black crappie here. Feels like it. Yeah, real nice. Go ahead and hang on to that one. He's a little piggy. Get him in the box. Real nice fish. Let's get him in. All right, guys, let's go ahead and talk about presentation. Most of my fish have come on the jig pole. I did use the Finesse pole a little bit to catch a few fish, but most of them have been on the jig pole. But by far and large, the presentation has been, a swinging or a pitching to emulate passing shad, and let the fish tell you how much they want it moving. Having said that, live bait is going to work really well if you're going to use live bait. So live minnows will work. In terms of artificial presentation, my 1/32 ounce jig here have worked really well. But the key is more than color. We can play around, with the color. That one's white. And here's kind of an off green lime or chartreuse. But more than anything, we want to emulate anything that's going to closely resemble a shad. And what I'd recommend, more than just the pattern of an artificial minnow, of key important is that it be as natural as possible. This is the monkey milk. Up top, I've got something that's off color just a little bit in case the light penetration in the water column in the morning is different than it is in the afternoon. So I'll vary these a bit. But again, very, very natural and shad-like and color is what I recommend, because that's what's in the water column right now. In terms of hard baits, these little Rapalas, work really well. This one is more of a troll, the UL shad number one. Dives a bit. It's really good. Again, shad are moving right now, and the color is really good as well. And this one is somewhat of a slow suspending. This is the minnow number 6, the UL minnow number 6. This one sinks very slowly. in the water column, so the fish may want something a bit more that hangs in the zone just a bit longer. But again, these are really great options, but again, as natural as possible is what I'd recommend. Trolling this banded color, deeper diving minnow when things kind of when the fish move out just a bit deeper. So again, all these really good hard bait options, but again, stay middle of the road. Start off very natural, and then depending on the light penetration, adjust your colors as necessary. All right, any questions about that, guys, leave me a comment, and I'll get back to you. Let's get back to fishing. There's one there, we popped it. Oh my gosh. Oh, win some, you lose some. There's one there. Good fish too. Good fish. Yes, indeedy. Look at that guy. Let's go ahead and get him on the stringer. All right, guys, we had a wonderful time crappie fishing today on Cedar Creek Lake, guys. Thank you very much for spending part of your day with me, and hopefully some of the information I shared with you regarding the turnover and the transition will be applicable in the area that you are fishing, guys. Just remember, guys, crappies go where the food goes, guys. Find the shad and you find the crappies. Any questions at all, leave me a comment and I will get back to you guys. ACC crappie sticks are what we use to deliver the fish to the boat today, guys. Love these rods, guys. Again, thanks so much for joining me. Go out, get a line in the water, enjoy yourself fishing, and we'll see you along the way.